Hi there, beautiful Gemini. Welcome to a new era. My name is Emma. Gemini means Tvillingarna in Swedish. I am Swedish, and therefore I will mix the English with Swedish. Excuse me, every once in a while, where I feel like maybe the English needs some explaining or clarification for my Swedish audience. Yes. Geminis, what's going on with you this week? It's still Leo season when you, at least when I record this, and when if you listen on the Fridays when you normally, whenever you will listen, it's still Leo season. It's going to be for another 2 weeks, and we have moved past the full moon in Aquarius. So, if you haven't felt a bit of up and down, you're probably among the fair few people who has been really stable, let's say. And being Gemini, I mean, with everything going on in your life, and I just feel, let's see what comes out in the cards too, and see what Spirit wants. Because I feel like there's been some tough times for you guys, and it can look really good on paper. Like it can look like you are heading in the direction that you really want, and you have more and more of what you want, and still there's this roller coaster of just craziness, and that's due to, I was almost going to give your power away. That's due to you not being in balance, and you need to get your balance back. Okay, but with Leo season, and with probably every planet in Leo, not every planet, but the sun and the moon, Mars and Venus, Mercury at near future, Jupiter going into, anyway, so many planets and so many, going with the flow energy that's going on right now, really propelling you, really throwing you head first into your future almost. It's like we get a taste of 2020 every day now, and whatever doesn't serve you, whatever doesn't fit or apply in your life anymore is going to get thrown out. And if you don't go willingly, have you noticed, it's going to be a bit of a turmoil inside. So you've been asked to throw out your old ways to believe things, your old ways that you've been reacting to things, to react differently. That's a big one. I feel react differently to things happening. And with this super flowy energy, if you're not in alignment with that, it can really hit you harder than if it is a more slow going energy, if that makes sense. So meditate more, be around people that you really love, do things that really makes you calm and more stable and more, maybe not so much hyper and energetic and go out for a run. No, go in for a sit. That's what I say. I think running is overrated, heavily. No, I'm just kidding. But not really. So just do whatever feels awesome to you, with a feeling that will lead you to a feeling of just more calm. I feel like you need to get more calm and collected and get your act together a bit, if that makes sense. Because it's a beautiful energy that is going on right now, and the lighter we get, the more of the dark stuff you're really going to see it. It's really going to be in your face. So if you're going to react to everything that you're leaving behind, it's going to be tough. I say that again because it's important. The lighter you get, the higher you get, the less dense you are, the more of the crappy stuff is going to be seen. Because you're so light now, it lights up everything. You sort of see the stuff that you didn't see before, and if you immediately gonna focus there just because you see it, and you bring it out like into the open and into the light, and like, look at this, I almost had forgot about this. Yeah, now you're reminding everybody, and now we have to talk about this stuff that you don't really have to talk about. You just see it there because you're so light now. It's not for you to grab hold of and make a thing of. That's why I felt so strongly to say, start to react differently. React differently to the things that are happening in your life right now. That is stuff that just wants to go away. Don't get into them. Really, if you just could leave them be, they probably would be gone in an afternoon. Okay. 1, 2, and I do 3 cards. Now, apparently 4, because it's you guys. I do 3 cards and I look at them at the same time because it's telling me more of a story. And I think, shouldn't read into this, but I think you guys had these last week. First out, unicorn card. That's your basic energy. What? Second, friendships. Thirdly, dove. Take a leap of faith. I think I remember you had the dove. I think I did my Trump mouth. What's going on? Unicorn. Gemini, beautiful Geminis. You might be dealing with the Taurus. You might be dealing with the Sagittarius. And you might be dealing with the... Wait, what is that? Virgo. I think that's Virgo. Or Scorpio. So bad at these. Forget what I said. Okay, so you're having the unicorn energy as your basic energy. That just tells me that you're moving into lighter dimensions. You're being asked to think in ways you probably have never been thinking in before, and it drives you nuts. It literally drives you nuts. You might have felt sad one morning to be happy the same afternoon. You might feel like everybody's leaving you. You might feel like the loneliest person on earth. Even though there's a lot of people around you, you might feel like nobody gets you. Because if you move into this new energy, this really new energy, that a lot of people are doing right now, it's not like you're alone doing it. It just feels like it. Because you leave so much of what used to be you behind. And so you don't have anything new to grab hold of, if that makes sense. Like, if you take everything that you know about you and you toss it out, like, who would you be if you weren't a daughter, son, like if you weren't a child, if you weren't a parent, if you weren't a friend, if you didn't have the job that you had, like the role that you play in your job situation, if you took every role that you have put on yourself or that somebody else has put upon you out of your life, who would you be? There wouldn't be much left, because we defy ourselves through these roles that we play. And more we come to the conclusion that, wait a minute, this is not who I am. And we're being shown it over and over again right now, moving into the lighter energies, to the lighter dimensions. And I'm not even stuck on the 3D or 5th dimension, because I don't like the definitions of them, because I don't even think that we're close to understanding it. And I think it's so much more vast, like brett, than we could ever imagine. So I'm just saying, you're moving into a new energy. The unicorn energy comes out when there's something magical, mystical, new things to understand, new dimensions that you move into happening in your life. And at the same time, I feel that you're going through a shift of where you need to learn to react differently. You need to learn to really look for balance, not so much just react and get thrown into like, now I feel like this and now I'm gonna follow how I feel, and there's nothing I can do about it. And yes, it is, Gemini, get your act together. It is. You can put on a piece of music that you love. You can put on you can even, like, if you feel like that, you can even put on a good movie that makes you cry even more, but it just shows you, it shows yourself that you're in control. I'm putting on this video, telling on my age, VHS. Maybe you put on something on Netflix. Maybe you do something that at least it feels like you're in control. I'm picking the movie to cry to, okay? Or if somebody else is doing something around you, like in your life around you, and that leads me to the second card, friendship. If somebody is not acting like a friend right now, or somebody is being a bit of a dick even, and you feel like, what have I done wrong now? Because you're in this up and down energy. Don't react to what other people are doing right now. Okay? Don't react to it. Put on that movie and just take your power back and take your control back. I feel like you left your control a bit. And seek the friendships of those who it's funny because what stands out in this card is the color, and I'm drawn to say connect to the people that wears the same color as you are. Translated excuse me, that would just mean be around people who speaks your language, who gets you, who understands you, even if it's a dog. Like, be around the energy right now that you need, because you need it. Looks like I'm gonna cry, but I actually just laughed. What? I actually just coughed. Yeah, you need friendships. You need people in your life right now that gets you. Okay. And then I feel, I'm gonna sound a bit harsh now, but I feel like you need to get out of your egotistical mind a bit. That's what happens when you're sort of a bit stuck in the 3D version. And when you're a bit stuck in the roles that you have played, the thinking that you are the person you think you are, which you're not, which you're being led into looking differently on, because you're moving into something different now. I feel like you have more focused on you and what matters to you and what is good for you, and not really considering so much the people around you. You just consider them out from your perspective, if that makes sense. If you would feel so much better in a day, this would also help to get control back, and it will also help you feel more aligned and more in control, and like you have more power again when you start your day thinking, what can I do for them? How can I help them? What do they need? How can I be of service to them? Not so that I look better, not so that I can get a prize at the end of the day, not so that I can get validation or a good, like, I did a good thing. Like, you need to get out of that egotistical mind frame or mindset a bit. And you will do that if you really, truly, from your heart, focus on what they need. I don't feel like you're quite there yet, because you do need some healing right now. It's like, yeah, this is a whole other thing coming in here. It's like you've gone through something and you thought you were fine. I almost connect with somebody out there now, or some of you guys, that just me saying this, because you know it's coming, is going to make you cry. I feel like you've been through something and then it wasn't, and you thought you were fine. Like, something happened and you thought you were fine, and now it has caught up with you. It's like, but actually I'm not fine. Actually, this is really what I'm feeling. I'll move deeper into this. So let's see what's going on here. Let's go deeper into the cards that I didn't have a chance to look at. And thank you so much for watching. If you want to go with me to the extended, it's a little arrow next to the title. You click the little arrow, and then a curtain comes down, and it says extended reading, and you just click the link. Come over there if you want to continue. If this is where we part ways, thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't, and share it with everybody you know. Take care. Bye.